LE here, and I'm going to explain to you. One second. I'm going to explain to you how I could make all of our American Washington, D.C. politics a wonderful, happy, productive, cooperative environment. Which, of course, it's the opposite of right now. So what would it take to get to that point? Well, to be honest with you, I was really surprised to realize that this poem, which is written about a Republican, actually answers all that answers. This Republican, who I don't think is in office anymore, I think she's retired, she basically, although she was basically, I really don't know that I'd actually like her personally, but I think that everything she was doing in this case, although she was using these rules and laws against Michael Cohen, you remember he was Trump's attorney who did a bunch of illegal things with him, and he went to jail for it, but Trump got away from it with it, and Trump's the one who hired him to do it. And this guy, who was hired to do a job, went to jail. And Trump, who hired him to do it and did all the dirty work, went away scot-free because of our DOJ, our Justice Department, is totally corrupt. Anyway, they let him go. But they didn't let Michael Cohen go. But anyway, this is from the trial of Michael Cohen. That's when I was, the Republicans taught me this. And it's really awesome. If the Republicans really believed it and actually lived by it, the Republicans would solve all the problems in our world, at least in our American world. So that's it. And here it is. Here's the solution supplied by the Republicans, and in particular, Republican, was she Senate or House representative, whatever she was, Mrs. Miller. Okay, here we go. Liars go to prison. Written while Michael Cohen was interrogated by Congress. The Republicans are very harsh. They are so squeaky clean in their political march. They've stated today many, many times that a government official should be imprisoned for dishonesty crimes. Wow. I was a libertarian because I don't swim in the swamp of lies. I knew the presidential candidate back then. We hung out, although I didn't think he'd win. I happily gave him votes to support his presidential tries. But now the Republicans are whipping out their Koch-blessed guns, K-O-C-H. Those are those evil people who manipulate our government and our country in all kinds of really evil ways. Anyway, as they steer and commandeer our justice, what they say is this. Okay, so here it is. The Republicans keep saying this. Go watch this thing. Go watch the trial of Michael Cohen. You can see it for yourself. The Republicans keep saying this. You told a lie, so you are a liar. Let me repeat this. This was what the Republicans, and they said this many times in this hearing. Go check this tape out. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing to realize that they actually know right from wrong. They just only use it against other people. So they can, anyway, it's amazing. Here's what they said. The Republicans keep saying this. You told a lie, so you are a liar. Then they repeated it again. You told a lie, so you are a liar. And I've got that in capital letters underlined with exclamation points. They must have been yelling it at him. They added several damning conclusions and how Mr. Cohen disgusted them with facial and dramatic finality. Now, wait till you find out what the lie is that Michael Cohen does. I don't talk about that in this poem, but actually research this and look at how the terrible, horrible lies that he went to jail for. Seriously, write it down on a piece of paper. What did he go to jail for? He went to jail. He must have committed a crime. What was that crime?
Write that down on a piece of paper. It can't be. I mean, it's public knowledge. So anyway, that really is it's an amazing story that most people just are too dumb to even look at. But here we go. Several Republicans said, these are quotes from them. It's an amazing show. You got to go see this. That interrogation of Michael Cohen. It's an amazing interrogation. Several Republicans said, having a liar talking to Congress is the lowest level they could ever be. They said that. I'm not twisting their words. I'm not even paraphrasing. The Republicans said a person who has lied cannot be trusted. They said that, not me. I mean, I say that too, but it's nice to hear them say that. The Republicans said every liar should suffer and be punished when busted. And I've got that in quotation marks. Okay, so they can't be trusted. And they should go to jail if you're busted. So you shouldn't tell one single lie. One single lie is enough to go to prison, according to these Republicans. And so Michael Cohen went to prison for one single lie. One single lie. That's all it took. And that's what they're saying. The Republicans are saying that's all you should need is one lie. You go to jail. Okay, so here we go. The Republicans said today was the lowest level of any congressional hearing because it was impossible to get any truth from any person who lied before appearing. So in other words, if you told one single lie that they knew about, then if they pulled you in front of the Senate, you're just a liar. And nothing you say can be trusted. All right, so Mrs. Miller's about to jump in here and make sure we all totally understand, like the good school teacher she appeared to be. Here we go. Republican Miller says, after telling a lie, nothing the person says should be listened to or received. So you tell one lie, you should never listen to that person again. Nothing. Remember, these are the Republicans saying that. It's just beautiful, beautiful stuff. Mrs. Miller says, after telling one single lie, nothing said by that person should ever be believed. Go check the tape out. That's what she said. She said that. It's like I said, I was just knocked out. That the Republicans were actually this fanatical about the truth. We won't discuss the irony of reality and the fact that they're all liars and cheats, but the fact that they can pretend to whenever they want to swing a hammer of justice, it shows that they do know right from wrong. They just don't use it against themselves. Okay, here we go. But this is great. Wait till you hear what they said. I mean, this is amazing stuff. This is all Republican stuff. This is all from the Republicans. Because obviously the Democrats, I would hope, would say this, but, you know, something like this. But the Republicans, because they're the party of liars. So to hear them say this just, well, shows that they're liars. But here we go. Oh, kick the camera again. Well, it looks like I still got my black background, so we'll leave ORLA. Mrs. Miller says, after telling one single lie, nothing said by that person should ever be believed. This is a wondrous, beautiful precedent in the history of American government. All we need to do is find a lie or false agreement, and this government person should be convicted and given the harshest punishment. The Mrs. Miller Law. I like that name. Honesty will be the eagle's claw. I gladly give Mrs. Miller the credit, or as we all know, the blame. This is the hole in the bottom of the boat of the corporate politicians whose only goal is to stay afloat. All it takes is one intentional lie to be made, whether it was to benefit the president, hush money, catch and kill, an unpaid bill, or for bribes to be repaid. Once you make that lie, then get caught, now you can be called a liar. Just one lie. That's all it takes to be called a liar. According to the Republicans, you tell one lie and you are a liar, and that nothing you say should ever be believed after that. The Congress of the United States will excitedly and sadistically grill you in its constitutional fire, because the Republicans have proclaimed there's a new standard to obey in the U.S. Washington government. Unless you speak the truth, you will be publicly shamed. Because from now on in America, for only the truth will taxpayers pay. If any politician gets caught in deceivement, she should be arrested today, disbarred, in attorney banishment. Perhaps even suffer in prison for a year or two or more. Yep, the U.S. government only speaks the truth. And if you get caught telling one single lie, with congressional professional attorneys clenched up with disdain, Mrs. Miller, Mr. Meadow, and Republican Jordan will classify you, then publicly crucify you as they dishonor and disbar your master's degree. Wisdom tooth. This is so exciting. I'm overcome with glee. This means the Republicans need only one lie to set Donald Trump free. If somehow the president did presidentially tell one or two, well, if he told any lies, the Republicans say he should suffer financially and not accept any book deals before he dies. Yeah, that's right. So, according to the Republicans, Donald Trump should not get a book deal because of if he told a lie. Did he tell a lie? Has he told a lie? The Republicans say liars should be punished for lying. Those Republicans, man, that guy must have it in for Trump. I wonder if he knows it, if he's aware of the fact that they're gunning for him. Which means the Republicans actually want presidential Trump in prison until he's dying. Because if you add all Trump's lies, perhaps a day in jail for each one, that would be so many days in prison, he'd never again see the Florida sun. Personal ambition and greed, Republican Miller says, this is appalling. Personal ambition and greed. What does he think of Trump right now in 2025? I wonder what. I mean, because she says personal ambition and greed are appalling. Oh, anyway, she's talking to Michael Cohen, okay? Trump's business partner. Personal ambition and greed, Republican Miller says, this is appalling. She says, greed and profit is not a government official's calling. That's what she said. No wonder she's not in Congress anymore. They definitely got rid of her. Because no Republican senator ever lies at all. So with only some proof of a lie, subpoena those boxes in storage, so any dishonest government official has to fall. Yeah, that was what they were into, that subpoena boxes and storage things against Cohen and stuff like that. So that means anytime one of these other guys tells a lie, we should go subpoenaing all their stuff out of their garages and stuff. Those Republicans, they're mean. They're very, very mean. Okay, Mrs. Miller says she is in pain. She said that. She said she is in pain. This gathering of Congress hurts her brain. Mr. Jordan is a mean, angry, twisted man. Why people voted for him proves even an ugly attorney can convince. Oh, by the way, I thought he was an attorney. It turned out I think he's failed his bar exam so many times that he's not even tried. He's a failed attorney. He was somebody who went to law school and then couldn't pass his bar exam. So he's actually a wannabe attorney. I didn't know that. I thought he was, but he's not even smart enough to be an attorney. Sorry about that. Okay. Mr. Jordan is a mean, angry, twisted man. Why people voted for him proves even an ugly attorney can convince people to make a choice they shouldn't actually choose. Our government is puppets who, like teammates, all shout in one voice their party politics
of the Koch brothers, or Koch brothers, however you want to say their name, Koch. Remember, these are the. If there is such a thing as a deep state, which is totally ludicrous, these brothers are the deep state, because they're running the government from the shadows. So I guess shadow government, that'd be the deep state. So that'd be the Koch brothers, and that's who the Republicans obey. Whatever the Koch brothers, whatever they want is what the Republicans. So the Republicans represent the deep state. So if the Koch brothers are the deep state and the Republicans work for the deep state, then that's why the deep state succeeds, because the Republicans keep them alive. Okay, not the Democrats. I mean, the Democrats take all kinds of money too, but nothing like the Republicans. Okay, here we go. There's always a Is this the last paragraph? Yep, here we go. Here's the end of it. Okay, so Mrs. Miller-Law, I like this. Here we go, last paragraph. There's always a political replacement waiting in the lobby sidelines. Everyone works for someone. Your predecessor wouldn't accept a payment, so your strength is where money, your loyalty defines. So lawyers can go to prison. So liars can go to prison. I got kind of confused on that. Let me read that paragraph again, that last one. I'm trying to wrap it up here, and I don't know that I did it very succinctly. Let's try it again. There's always a political replacement waiting in the lobby sidelines. Okay, so in other words, if you don't want to be corrupt, you're going to tell lies and be replaced, or you won't tell lies, they'll replace you for that too. And if you won't do enough fundraising, they'll replace you. There's all kinds of ways they replace you. If you don't go along and sign bills you disagree with, they'll replace you. So the government isn't really a government. It's a deep state, like they said, but it's these 1% billionaires who are running our country, and all the stupid people are giving them all their taxes and money, and they're rewarding them, saying, "Oh yeah, take more of our stuff. Here's some more money you don't need." We're so dumb. Sorry, can't stop saying it because unfortunately people can't stop being it. All right, here we go. There's always a political replacement waiting in the lobby sidelines. Everyone works for someone. Okay, I'm actually getting deep state oriented here a little bit. Your predecessor wouldn't accept a payment. Okay, I guess he wouldn't take a bribe. So your strength is where money, your loyalty defines. So liars can go to prison. So I don't know that I said that very well. I bumped the camera again. But basically, yeah. Let's leave it at that. But I'll tell you what's really amazing is that the little guy went to prison, Michael Cohen, and Trump got away with the whole thing. And it was Trump's idea. It was Trump's thing. It was Trump's money. It was Trump's crime. It was Trump's everything. Michael Cohen goes to prison and Trump doesn't. See, there's a deep state, and it's run by Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the deep state. He doesn't follow the law. He breaks the law constantly. He is the deep state. He's the face of it now, at least let's put it that way. He's using the wallets of the Koch brothers, but he's the face of the deep state. All right, let me get out of here. That's all I want to say. I don't even want to say that. Politics is so stupid. It's just stupid because they're evil people getting away with literal murder. They're causing wars. They're murdering people. They're actually assassinating people. So yeah, they're murdering people deliberately. In fact, Trump takes great pride in it. All right, let's get out of here. See you later. Buddha Z has explained why liars go to prison, according to the Republicans. They go to prison if they tell one lie, like Michael Cohen. All right. And by the way, go find out what that lie is that Michael Cohen told. What is the lie that he told? That one lie, which is more important than how many is it? Like 3,000 lies that Trump has told? Well, Michael Cohen told one lie and went to prison. Donald Trump told 3,000 lies and didn't.
Well, hello there. Richard Del Conner, Kung Fu Cowboy, the hippie coyote, Buddha Jen. Coming to you today is Coyote. All right, it's August 2nd, 2016, and I've got a poem I just wrote sitting here in the Regency Theater parking lot. It's called Gotta Get Me a Dog. I've been trying to be satisfying. I'm a man with a slinky cat. She expects me, whenever she's free, to be wherever she's at. Sometimes she treats at the classiest eats, just so she can be seen. But the rules don't apply if there's a reason to lie. She'll never tell me where she's been. Gotta get me a dog. I need a friend who doesn't think rules are to bend. Gotta get me a dog to the very end who'll protect and defend. But I love my slinky cat. She knows where it's at. My heart pounds like a baseball bat. When she looks in my eyes, I hypnotize, doing to her, to me, this or that. Gotta get me a dog. I need a friend who doesn't think rules are to bend. Gotta get me a dog to the very end who'll protect and defend.